Hi, hello, hi. Hi, friends. How's everybody's Friday night going? Sorry, the stream was a little bit on short notice, but I wanted to make sure I snuck in a stream this week still, and trying to catch up on things a little bit, so. Hirabi! Let's switch over to secret camera mode. Hello! Hi June, welcome on in. How's it been, friend? Hope everybody's doing well on this Friday night. I figured I'd get a little bit of work done, sneak in a couple hours of a stream, and show us a couple of the cool things I've been working on. Tonight's stream is brought to you by Boylan's Birch Beer. Not really brought to you by, but is what I'm drinking tonight. Salty, have a good, quick heat nap. Hope goes good. Nice and restful. Been okay, been doing freelance pixel art. Glad to catch me live again. Thank you, my friend. What you been up to with the freelance stuff? You been doing game stuff? You just been doing like individual pieces? If I could use words, that would be great. Also, I don't know if anyone else has regular birch beer by them, but I have a really hard time finding birch beer around here. There's only a couple stores that carry it, and the rest of it's just regular root beer. And it's I don't know, it's a different flavor, and I don't know. I find myself wanting birch beer more than anything. As far as soda goes, I'm not a big soda drinker in general. So, I don't know, birch beer just really hits that flavor for me. Oh, you've never had birch beer. If you've it's a sharper root beer. Something closer to a Barks sort of thing. But generally a little bit a tiny bit earthier. I don't know, it's really good. Game stuff NDA for now? No, I totally get that. That's cool. That's exciting. I hope it's been at least somewhat lucrative for you, and I know the projects are cool, because really, that's the goal, right? You want to be able to make a living and, I don't know, work on cool stuff. Good so far? Excellent, excellent. Myself, I have been bouncing around a ton of different projects. I have two different big projects I've been working on for work that I can't talk about yet, but soon, hopefully. And let me switch over to our main screen here real quick. Oh, that's not the main screen. That's also not the main screen. I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. There we go. There we go. I've been sneaking a little bit of emote work in for an old client, Lord Dem, and he wanted his Reaper character playing an organ, and it was initially a static piece, and it's just I don't know, something about it wasn't coming together, and we were talking more about it, and he said he wanted some fire in there. And then we kind of bounced back and forth, and we got the idea to animate it. So we kind of came up with this. So now we got the Reaper just jamming on the organ, shooting fire, and having a good time. I always seem to have a lot of projects. Yeah. I don't know. I can't. It's really hard to say no to cool projects and stuff that I really want to work on. I just I say no to a bunch of stuff too, which I always feel terrible about, because I don't know, you don't want to say no to work, and you don't want to say no to cool stuff. So I generally try to bounce it around to people and stuff, at least when I know that people are free for work. That said, in general, June or any friends, if you are free for work, let me know, and I will happily send projects your way, because like I can't do it all, and I want more good people to have good work and make cool stuff. Second to this, I'm still trying to finish up Duck and the Land of the Flightless Birds, which is coming along really well, and we're kind of like hitting the ending strides here. Hopefully we'll be able to talk about a release date soon and have like a nice trailer and all that kind of stuff. But I've been working on a balloon popping animation for that, because there's like a whole scene where you get to fly around with a balloon, and like it's part of like the whole trailer setup and all that we're working on. And he floats and now it pops. Boop. I'm pretty happy with the very like explosive nature of it. I like really like snappy animations like that. Plus, like, I'm the kind of person that, like, if you're like really paying attention, there's a lot of little things that you can catch within these animations, or like things that like you might like just see in a still. Like the balloons here have like unhappy faces, and it gets larger as it pops for those couple of frames, and I love that. Little things. They're mostly for me, but you know, sometimes you gotta have fun with it. Do I had little faces do explosion flares too? I sure do. Here, there's more. Where are you? This is our regular explosions. You get a little unhappy poof. And then there's medium-sized ones. And we got like mega ones. The mega one is really fun, because you can really get a little bit more like the whole face and everything going on with it. Makes me really happy. Love doing little stuff like that. And this definitely isn't the only game that I do this in, but I just happen to have the duck stuff open. It's this frame right here, where you're just like, ooh. If you say it in parentheses, it's not like you're bad at napping. That's funny. You don't have enough FX experience. I really enjoy doing it. It's like very fun for me. So I always try to, like, I don't know, put a little bit of extra effort when I'm doing FX, just because, like, I don't know, I learn a little bit more every time. Especially like when you're doing like things with energy, like fire or like water movement, anything like that. Like anything with energy to it. Like, there's a different sort of movement involved with every little piece of animation, and it's really cool, because, like, fire is more like an explosive kind of energy, where, like, something like smoke, you're like, slowing down, it's floating. I don't know, there's so much just interesting movement alone with just FX. The dynamics are fascinating for sure. Yeah, exactly. I don't know, there's something about it just like, I don't know, really interesting. It really fuels me. And then, like, I don't know, as I get like more ideas and more like comfy with it, like it allows me to like try different styles, and like this is a very like cartoony kind of energy to it versus like something like very normal. And you get those, like, I don't know, those little bits that, like, make the animation feel together with, like, what's going on. Like the balloons are, like, more like a circular energy. So, like, having this like pop. Oops, there's a kitty by my feet. Hi, kitty. You get that like circular, like things are like coming out. And I don't know, that kind of stuff is like really interesting and really like cool to like get that little bit of detail that like you don't necessarily like see every frame of it when it's going on, but you can feel the energy of it, and I love that. Next up to that, last week I was working on some emotes, or not last week, 2 weeks ago. I'm sorry, I missed last week. We had our, me and my partner had our 5-year anniversary and went out, and instead of streaming dreaming, I was living the dream. So, but I'm back. And 2 weeks ago, we were working on some emotes. Most notably, Kirby. And Kirby's got a good suck. He's gotta get those powers. And then if you want a little less, he's gotta blow. And I'll be adding some more emotes at some point. I want to do more like combo emotes. I love emotes that you can like combine with other things. I think it's cool to be able to use things in like very weird and unique ways. My buddy's been using this emote in particular with this like fluffy like bush emote that someone made, and it just looks like Kirby's just like tossing it all because it's like really green and really just like poofy, and it's such a good combination. And I love like, I don't know, that like secondary creativity, even with just like, I don't know, one little thing that someone made. Or like the suck animation works really well in tandem with Salty's struggle animation, and it is kind of horrifying in a really funny way. Not again. I'm sorry, Salty. Kirby just really wants your bunny powers. But yeah, I really want some more emotes like that, and it won't all be Kirby. It's just like, I don't know, I've got a particular energy for Cursed Kirby's right now, so like some of those are just gonna happen. You won't share them. There's another animation I really want to, or maybe an animation, another like emote combo I want to do that's like a handshake, where you can kind of like double up with those. More specifically pointed at like the old like Predator handshake. Macaw that plays a lot of interesting and classic games. He has the actual like stills from it, and I want to do something like this, where you get that like, I don't know, that good combination, and I want it so like people on both sides can use that. So I think that's cool. Spinach cuddle on your phone while you're talking. Oh, I've pulled in spinach. Oh, you had the macaw emotes too. Yes, I love it. Oh, I want more of that kind of energy. Plus, I don't know, there's another couple like emotes. I need some sort of like hello emote, just for like rolling up in people's chats, other than just the lad himself. The throwing beans. Oh my god, that's so good. I wish the throw faced the other direction, because we could throw them into Kirby's mouth. Or my Kirby animation went the other direction. But I only have like a couple animated emotes right now. We'll get some more. We'll build it up. So yeah, that's the next thing that I've been kind of up to. And then I started up another project doing a shoot 'em up sequel that I've been kind of working on Spaceship stuff once again, because I like space shooters a lot. I just like shoot 'em ups a lot. I want to make more shoot 'em ups all the time. If you have time to flip the words on the beanbag, you'll think about it. But yeah, I've been just kind of like doing a few different animations for all the states of like the player. Like if you're getting hit. I'm particularly proud of this one because it really has that feeling of like getting hit by a bullet. And then like turning animations, turning when you're getting hit, turning down. There's like a whole like animation for reversing. Last night I did a boost. Oh, thank you for the love on the rotation. I spent a lot of time and effort doing the rotation stuff. Like, there's something about having things like rotate nicely that makes a game feel so good, and it feels so responsive, like when you're moving characters around and stuff, or like spaceships and stuff. It like really, it changes how everything feels, and that's something I always strive for. Oh, here's like the whole like turn package, where you can kind of like move up or down. And then we got our spin. Zoop. I wanted the spin to be like really, really snappy. That way, like, it doesn't feel like... You want it to feel like you're turning around, but you don't want it to make it feel like the turning is sluggish. So it will mostly be something where you're just still moving normally, but you're getting that flip. You're scratching your brain the same way Madeline's hair does in Celeste. I feel that, I feel that. So like for this this animation in particular, I actually like built in the pieces. Like the front wing is separate from the back wing and the ship. That way, like, when the ship turns, I, like, kind of know what all the pieces are gonna be and, like, what happens with the ship. And actually, like, when I was originally doing this, I had the ship turning up, like, even further, which I ended up using a little bit when I was doing the, like, the spin. So, like, I drew the bottom of the ship, so I had this idea in my brain of like where all the pieces in the ship lie. At some point, I wouldn't mind doing like a further like schematic would be really cool. It might be kind of neat to do for like cutscene stuff, or like maybe like some like intro stuff would be really neat. That way, like you kind of like really have an idea of like where all the pieces of the ship are and like what everything happens with the ship. Because I think that's the thing with, like, rotation in general. Like, you don't realize how much you need to know, like, what all the parts of something are. Like, even if I'm, like, rotating my head, just, like, knowing where, like, the brim of the hat is and stuff like that, like, it kind of cascades down. Like, when you're doing, like, a ship, like, having... where the wings are and like how they're gonna sit and where it would like sit in space. Salty, congrats on the first. Yeah, it makes the object real. And that sort of thing is like, I don't know, that's what I always like strive for with my art, is like making things that are essentially not real in a very like a kind of a space where your brain has to fill everything in. Especially like the lower resolution you get, the harder that is, or like the more your brain has to fill in. But if you can make some of the movements feel right, and if you can have some of the like the animations have like a tangible feel, a tangible weight, a tangible like what parts of everything are there, then you kind of get a better feel of what everything is, and like you get that better feel of, I don't know, what your goal is here, what you want the brain to fill in for you. You're setting a 10-minute sleep timer because you're finally starting to drift off. Okay, well, have a nice rest. Snuggle the spinach dip for me. So yeah, that's another thing that I've been kind of up to here. And you'll probably see some more about this soonish as we kind of get the project a little more together. And I have like some other stuff in the works. You'll be able to hear, but you won't be able to reply. Excellent, excellent. Snuggle that kitty. I definitely need a cat emote. That's or like a cat redeem. Maybe both. I don't know. I need to add that to my list. Just because I get a lot of kitty visitors. I actually don't know where Jinx went. She was down here with me for a little while. And the last thing I've been kind of up to is just more stuff with Screaming Savage Blood Death. We're just plugging along with this, and we're gonna change a couple little things. Nothing like super major. Mostly like systemic stuff. One of my goals today is, right now we have all our shadows are baked into the characters. So like everything has its own little like shadow, and then like it removes it if you're doing like jumps or like climbing or anything. So we want a system that the shadows are no longer baked in, and then we'll be able to do things like leave a shadow on the ground when you're jumping, and like give you a feeling of like where you're gonna land, that kind of thing. And just kind of have it like dynamic and expandable for like all sorts of different characters and enemies, wildlife, that kind of thing. Like the deer, we've had a lot of issues with where like if the deer is on top of something, the shadow like really like screws up really bad. So like, I don't know, those little kind of things that we're just kind of like slowly polishing up and like making better systems for. Well, we kind of like, I don't know, form up the rest of the base game and add in some of like the ARG elements and stuff like that. A lot of behind the scenes stuff with like some real like tangible feely things that you can get, which will probably happen eventually. That we're really looking to I don't know, to make happen and have something a little bit more in the world. Because like there's something really cool about having something that's attached to the game, but it's not like, it's like supplemental materials, but like it's still part of the game world, and it's still like how it all works together. And like you don't see a whole lot of that these days. I mean, like obviously because like most of it's digital, and we'll probably have like digital versions of most things. But like you don't see things like the Star Tropics map where you had to like dunk it in water to like get where you had to be on the map and stuff like that. Like that stuff is so cool, and like it's such a like unique feeling of like having a full adventure. And I just like I want more of that. So that's kind of my goal for today. I want to get these shadows going, and I might crack open the ship stuff again. Where are you, player? Just so I need to get versions of the boost where you're like facing like up or down. So like, so you still get the rotation. So that's kind of my like secondary goal here, and then like I don't know, maybe if I'm still have energy, or I don't know, still have time, then we'll crank out some other stuff. So I kind of want to figure out like how much space I really need to do with these shadows, and kind of how I want it all to work together. Because I'll probably have like a base size and then just expand it out as need be. Do I have old school color per tile limitations in Blood Death? Because it's very NES. I try to keep it along very certain lines, but like I stretch it in certain cases. Like none of this is like true NES. The biggest thing with the NES stuff, I mean, like you could probably like do some of it, but like true NES stuff, you're sitting at like 3 colors in transparency, and that makes that really hard to like get everything perfect. At some point, I really desire to do like a very true to NES game, or maybe just like an actual NES game. I would absolutely love to do. But it's definitely this is one step outside of that, basically. Especially considering like the NES, you're bound to like how many colors you can have on screen at once too, which like makes a little bit of a difference there too. And that will always be something that I'll probably have to contend with not having for like most like modern type games. It's fun, but also time consuming. Exactly. Especially when you have to like really like bend around certain things. NES limitations are so much more than we initially think. It's like a whole can of worms. Yeah, exactly. And you gotta like think about like sprites on screen, how many tiles you can have via the entire game, what you can do as far as like having like palette shifts and stuff like that, which is like really cool. Like I wish there was a better system to do that and for like modern stuff, because like that's always like, I don't know, like a whole another set of things to worry about. And like even in Blood Death, we have like a day-night cycle, but like there's no real way to, unless we're doing like absolute like per color palette shifting and stuff, which I would love to do in the future, because that's a whole like really cool thing to be able to do. But like even just having the different environments change as the days go by, and like it really adds a lot of work. Like here's your main tile set for like the outdoor stuff, and then we have like a dusk, a night, a dawn, and cloudy stuff. So like every asset that I add in, I have to like set another 5 sets of these, which is cool. Like this is fine. Like I don't mind doing this, but like it's definitely a lot more work. But yeah, I think after I get a little bit more time, after I polish off a couple of these projects, I'm gonna do I'm gonna spend a little time like messing around with some of the Nest stuff and see like what I can just like concoct in that way. Because like I know there's some cool stuff I can kind of mess around with, and just I'll make like simple little games. Even if it isn't anything like super crazy, it would just be nice to be able to do something that's like mine in that way. And like even like the counselors are like a little bit out of spec. Like I could probably get this down to 4 colors easy. but like getting down to 3 colors and for transparency is like really rough. I mean, even with this, I could probably do it. It just like wouldn't look as nice. Though I guess like even thinking about that, like there's ways to cheat that. Like you can separate it in half and do it either like Contra style or like Shatterhand does that, where like the player sprite is like separated into like 2 actual sprites to get that, ooh, excuse me, a little bit extra color. Yeah, they just overlap. And even doing Junk Puncher stuff, which is like slightly on a pause right now, but that's actually how I designed our player, was more after like the Shatterhand stuff. Like if you notice, like all the player stuff is like essentially like cut it in half. I mean, minus like some of these other animations. But like that's how this was designed too, with that kind of like thought in mind. And she ain't perfect, but like if I really wanted to, I could really take some extra time and make things like straight NES spec in that way, with like a little effort, but not a ton of effort. But that's something I would love to do. Getting back to my thought from before, just like being able to like palette swap everything would be so cool. Like for just like giving everything a very different feeling while using like the same sprites and the same tiles and stuff like that. I think that's really cool. Like there's something very unique and special about being able to do that. Yeah, without needing to have choice assets in terms of files. Exactly. It's just like a lot more like, I don't know, technical overhead. So the nice thing about doing these shadows is like I actually didn't bake these shadows like into the actual sprite. So it's really, really handy for me. So I'll probably use this as a base for the shadows. Whoa. How did I get a 12? Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. I was probably copying something else. Let's see how... Also, I'm fully aware that there's ways to do some of that with like shaders and stuff, but then you also get shader overhead, and if you're using other shaders and that like competes, for Blood Death, we used to have a shader that would swap colors and stuff for us, and it started competing with we have like a shader that does like TV static and stuff like that, which is a little bit more important for our particular setup for what we want to do with the game. So we kind of just went with the that shader rather than using one for colors, and instead we have a system for swapping all the assets and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so this is player size shadow. Well, I'm getting like so many spam calls today for some reason. I think this is like the 4th spam call I've gotten today, which is kind of crazy. Come on, spam, go away. I don't want you. My car's warranty is expiring soon. Okay, what's the deer shadow looking like here? View over. So it's probably like max-ish size. How wide is this? Oh yeah, you're an even number. Thank goodness. I think I just want to like get a couple of the base sizes and then essentially like set this up. Oops. Essentially set this up as an animation, and then we can use that animation to get all our different sizes and whatnot that we need. Okay, let's see if there's any other things that might need a... Oops, that's Chuck Puncher stuff. That is the wrong folder. She got mad at you for napping. Was she like only snuggles, no napping? We'll have you in it. You are very loud. Mom, it's my turn to sleep in the room. What the fuck? That's funny. I wonder... Fair warning, I'm gonna open up something with some spoilers, so if you're worried about getting spoiled, I'm sorry. I just want to make sure I don't have a mega shadow here. Okay, I don't. So I'm probably gonna have to make one that's like mega huge. You're in like the 80 size. She was super cuddly and let me sleep for the first 12-ish minutes, and you feel super refreshed. Oh, good, good. Doug and I have taken siestas in the shorter night's sleep, and it's helped with the heat quite a bit. Oh, that's good. I am actually really jealous. I have a really hard time napping. Like I just go like I'm either awake or I'm sleeping. Like it just doesn't hit the same for me, sadly. What size are you? Used to the changing over was really rough for you too. I have a lot of really cool stuff that I've done for Blood Death. I just like I'm a little apprehensive to show a lot of this stuff off. You're 28 pixels. I'm a little apprehensive to show off some of it just because I don't want to like spoil too much for people, because I don't know, I'm making a horror game. Like, half the fun is like experiencing new things and scary things. But if you ever want to like, I don't know, hit the spoiler zone, like I could show you some cool stuff. Don't show, especially with a horror game. Exactly, like, and even with that, like, the more people are worried about something happening versus something happening, like, it builds so much more tension than just like having a spooky monster chasing you all the time. I just want to make sure that I have everything kind of accounted for here. Here, most of this stuff is pretty safe. There's like geese and stuff like that. Oh, did I even do a shadow for the geese? No, I didn't. Goose! The goose is loose. Okay, horsefly is just like regular size. Copperhead I think is fine being baked in, because that's just like part of how it works. It really depends on how long you nap. Big issue with naps is sleep inertia. You should really only ever sleep 15 minutes, 45 minutes, or an hour and a half. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. Like, I knew there was like a limit for how much time, but like I didn't realize that it was like very particular increments. I guess the tick doesn't really get a shadow. Little sneaky butt that it is. Turkey vulture, just the projectile stuff. And then this just sits on top of something. Can hurt your body chemicals. Obviously the times aren't perfect measures and you're not a doctor, but it's worth looking into. I could dig that. It's just like, it's something I normally haven't been able to do, and maybe that's partially why, because I just haven't hit that right time increment. Speaking of sleep, good morning, you're here. Hi Bosch, how you doing, friend? How's things been? Bear, what size are you? Bear 38. And I think bear like was it 2 pixels, 3 pixels tall? 2 pixels, okay. Whoa, what's going on? There's a thing happening. Yuki Pixels, thank you for following. I'm sorry if I'm sneaking you out of a sneaky lurk. But welcome on in. Also, I recognize your username. Where do I know you from? Or do I just like have vague knowledge of like all the pixel people? 38. Hi Kit, I see your lurk. I hope you're having a good Friday, friend. So I think I want to keep these all 2 pixel until they're like very small. I think that'll probably work best. Helping with another thing, but yeah. Are you helping with another friend's stream right now? I'm probably only going for a couple hours here, I think. It depends on how much energy I have, perhaps. Because if our other friend is still going when I'm done here, I'll probably send everybody over there. You have approximate knowledge of many pixel artists. Thanks for catching my my goof there. I like knowing everyone's I don't know, cool stuff. Like, I started making pixels and making games and stuff because I love it and I love seeing other people's work and stuff. Like, it fuels me seeing everyone's cool stuff. Yo, this root beer or birch beer is going down so good today. You got stun locked thinking of the funniest way to butcher my name. I appreciate that a lot. Also, if you have no idea who I am, I'm Wade. I make pixels. I've been doing this for like, I don't know, like 10 years or something. I love making video games. I love art. I love games. It just like, this is a thing that I've always wanted to do with my life, and it just became what I do. Win Trace. I don't know. I worked on a whole bunch of games. The first retail game I ever did was a game called Chichimi. Then I worked on like The Binding of Isaac, and I still work with Nicholas to this day. And then like I have like a bunch of my own projects. Right now I'm working on a game called Screaming Savage Blood Death. It's a little horror game in like NES style, and a bunch of other games. We just released a game called Kitsune Tales with a bunch of other wonderful folks, and it's cute if you like Fox Girls and Mario 3 style platformers and just like being challenged. Like, it's just, yes, it's super gay in like the best way possible. A big part of it has to deal with love triangles, and I don't know, it's super cute. And I don't know, I like making stuff. I'm gonna keep making stuff and keep just cranking out games. You're gonna play the game on the way up to the mountains. What are you doing up in the mountains, friend, if you don't mind me asking? An absolute primo mom design. I love the mom. The mom is so good. She's so spicy. Taking a week off. That's cool. Are you just like driving up with friends or something? Oh, I love this Golden Axe track. Oh, it's so thick. Yearly family vacation. Oh, that's super cool. Have fun, don't get mauled by the bears. And then gets like funky. I need like a Wayne Jam emote. Maybe just like the beard swaying in the wind kind of thing. Kind of like the Joe Jam. Oh, it'll be fine. It's super safe. So that reminds me of a funny story. Like when I first met my partner, I went and met her up at like a cabin in more towards your area, Bosch. And not to dox anybody out. Oh, have a good rest, Yuki. Thank you for coming by, and thanks for the follow. I really, really appreciate it. Get some good rest. Sleep's great. Well, you appreciate it. You talk about Rochester game dev all the time. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Oh, so my story. When we first met, we went and did like a little like camping adventure in like the Allegheny area. Her and like some of her friends like got like a cabin out that way, and I drove out there at night, like after I worked or whatever, to go meet them, and I got a little bit lost trying to find like the cabin because it was night, and driving around the campgrounds was not exactly the easiest thing to find everything. And as I'm driving around, there's like people like kind of like wandered around like, and I was trying to like figure out where the cabin was and stuff, and they're like, watch out, there's a bear around here that was just spotted. So like I'm trying to drive around and find this place, and they're knowing that there's like a bear around. And then once I finally, this was like finding like a couple different people that were like, hey, watch out, there's a bear. And after I finally got there and we kind of hustled me in, and so because of said bear, apparently like maybe an hour before I was there, like the bear had like come up to their cabin and was like scavenging for stuff. So like I like just missed the bear, probably because I was lost. So maybe it was meant to be, but you know, bears. Don't feed the bears, because then the bears come around and then they want food, and bears are scary. As much as I want to hug a bear, like that is like eventual life goals somewhere, find a safe place that I can hug a bear. Because I just like, I don't know, I feel like a bear would just be like the coziest thing to hug. Even if they had like scratchy fur, could you just imagine just like full arms, just like burying your face in their bear fluff? If danger, why ears? Hi, couch. It's so warm too. Exactly. Like, could you just imagine just like, I don't know, have this really nice bear hug, like literal bear hug? Also, so that's my story about bears. Oh crap, I lost the size on that. Hang on, I need to like open up something that's a little bit spoiler-ish. I'm sorry. Avert your eyes if you're worried about some slight spoilers, but I need to know how wide this sucker is. You scoot over there. 74-ish. Okay. Also, anybody that's jumping in, I am currently working on, we're doing like a shadow system for Screaming Savage Blood Death. We're right now, all of our shadows and stuff are baked into the characters. So like everything has their own shadows and whatnot. Which is great until you run into like issues with, like we have deer that have like a baked-in shadow, and I wasn't thinking that the deer might like jump off something. Just because I always thought that it would just be outside, and like that sometimes making an issue of like being on top of something or being around something. So we're gonna break the shadows out of all the baked in sprites, and I'm just gonna do like a whole shadow system that can kind of be expanded as we need. So I swear I'm not just like looking at like a couple black pixels for nothing in particular. You have an idea how to do that with shaders, but it's not always an efficient way to do that. Yeah. Especially, our game has like a pretty intensive shader that like goes over the top of everything. That does a lot of like television kind of effects and stuff like that. And we've had issues combining that with other shaders. So I'm trying to like avoid doing too much shader stuff for that exact reason. Okay, so I need to pull up the deer again. I shouldn't have closed all these. So I'm curious. So the deer brings it to like a single pixel, but it's like 1 pixel up. You ran into a similar problem with nighttime shaders. You have to deal with water, so it can be a bit of a butt to squint and pray if it works right. You know, it's really funny you say that. I was literally just talking about that maybe like 15 minutes ago. We have like a day-night cycle, and there's like 4 different times of day with like a cloudy tile set too. So like I have 5 different tile sets for all of our indoor and outdoor assets to account for all the times of day, and it's just like it's so much asset overhead. Why use shaders when you can triple the work and clog the engine with 500 versions of the same tile like you do? Oh, that's such a mood, my friend. Such a mood. So I'm wondering, because I clearly need like a 2 pixel version of all these, and I wonder if I shouldn't do like a single pixel version. That way, like there's a version for like jumping and stuff like that. I'll probably what I think I'm gonna do is do versions like this. And then after I get all these, I'll probably just like duplicate it and do like another set. So if we need like a special like jumping version where like the shadow gets thinner, then we can kind of go from there with that. Because that's not really like much extra work in that way. I don't know what track this is, but this is kind of a vibe. Oh, this is Popful Mail. I see. I haven't played all the way through Popful Mail, despite owning the Sega CD version. But I don't know if this is the actual Sega CD version, because this sounds like actual Genesis. But I don't remember if it uses CD music or not. Anybody play Popful Mail and have any information on this? Or am I the only weirdo playing old Sega CD / PC 98 games? You love her design? It's really cool. That's probably where Salty's design came from. I didn't know that. That's cool. Have you played through it? Your problem is you were way too into the aesthetic of nighttime forest with firelight, so the water reflections. You have to play nice with shaders. I get you. I get you. Oh, reflections are so cool though. So it's funny you say that too. Is I definitely have a nighttime bonfire, and like now I have to figure out how to do the bonfire in the daytime, because when we initially planned it, it wasn't set up for that. Excuse me. So at some point I'm going to have to do another version. I wonder if it's in here. Is there like a mock bonfire? Yeah. Yeah, so this is the bonfire that I made. There's like a burnt out version and then the animated version, which is so cool. I love this whole animation. But like, it is just, I know it's creating me so much extra effort. And I know you feel this so much, Couch. You made a custom animation that distorts the reflection animation because you have too much gene. That's so cool, though. Oh, I bet that looks so cool in action. I do so much like stuff that's like hard animated that I probably shouldn't. Yeah, there's some modern stuff like Chobits and Little Witch Academia. Time stopped for me in 2012, don't at me. And stuff, but a big portion is Ryoko from Tenchi Muyo, Deedlit, a few characters from a Mahjong game. Oh, I see, a Mahjong game. Or Mahjong? I don't know how to pronounce that correctly now that I think about it. On PC and I date. Also Potful Mail. Slutty, come over. Let's play Potful Mail. You know exactly what you mean by Mahjong game. Potful Mail's so cool. Also, y'all ever... like, I've only had access to the Sega CD one for, like, the longest time. But have you ever, like, looked at, like, the box art and the manual and stuff for it? It's so heckin' cool. That stuff, like, I don't know. Those little feelies that I was talking about before. Actually, hang on. I'm gonna go get it. I can go on camera mode for a second. I'm gonna take this off. You spent a lot of time on it because you decided that the strategy RPG had to have a big nature theme, so water's in a lot of places. I totally understand. Oh, my camera has gone wild. It's gone rogue. Come on, camera. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, here we go. Speaking of feelies and time not advancing, you did a cover of a song as a gift for a streamer friend. Oh, that's awesome. Can we hear it? Speaking of the too much, Gene, do you also want to make a PDF that would take the place of the booklets that we'd get in game boxes? I was just talking about doing this kind of stuff. We have some things planned for Blood Death because there's like a whole like ARG element to it and stuff, and there'll probably be some physical feelies, maybe some booklets. Anyway, too many topics all at once. I'm just like combining them all into just like the Powerful Mail box is just so gorgeous. It's all shiny and like see if I can like get it out without. The only problem with Sega CD cases is there's these like little nubs that try to keep the manuals in, and if you're not careful, it can like kind of damage the manuals, and that sucks. Oh, it's so gorgeous, and it's like embossed. Like you can't like super tell, but like this is all embossed too, and shiny. And like there's so much just like cool art. Trying to think the best way to do. I mean, you can always just like send it to me, or like I don't know, link somewhere, Discord. It's actually not the artwork you were thinking of. Maybe you were thinking of the PC98 one. But like it's so cool. I love all like the little like character bios and stuff. Like I miss that kind of stuff. Cause like that was my favorite thing about like buying a game at a store is like I don't know, like coming home and like taking up all the cool stuff in the manuals and whatnot. That's the picture. That's the first one you saw on the back here. But like all like the layouts and stuff like that, like there's like so much effort put into all this. It's so nice. The ride back is stuff booted up when you read the funny booklets. Inside the booklet, the action pose done. Oh, okay. Just like this one here. If I can get this to. Right, booklets are just so cool. And there's like little like map stuff and oh, I love it. Look at like the cute little world. And then you get like all the like item descriptions and like the little icons and stuff. Oh, I gotta make a game that has like all sorts of little icons for items and stuff. I love that. The whole back has his translation notes, but in like the background, there's just this like big goofy face. I assume it's probably one of the villains. I don't totally remember. Send DMs. I will grab that in just a second. Speaking of all this, you're strongly considering buying some card stock to print out playing cards? Yes! And even like the discs were really cool. Like look at that sweet disc art. And it's all shiny too. Like I don't know, there's something just like so nice to be able to like appreciate that kind of stuff. And like I look at it a lot like people talk about buying like vinyl records and stuff, where a part of the experience is like taking it out and like checking out all the art and just like soaking in like the creation that's made. And it's not just like just made to like be consumed and like tossed back, which is a little bit sad. You don't know if you do, but you like the game being on a funny ROM hack of a game in the 90s, and the PDF being the backstory of the game that you can read with extra funny secrets and tips. That's cool. I like that. We were allowed to be so extra back in the day. You wish return to that style of care of releases. Okay, give me like 2 seconds. I'm going to put this back, and we're going to get back to this, and we'll listen to Botch's Sweet Jam. I bet you my camera's going to freak out. Is my camera going to return to normal? Hey, it did. Look at that. Hot dang. Okay. It wasn't meant to be consumed. It was like nourishment back then. And even then, it was silly and extra at times. It was so much fun art and expression. It's Bosch's track is a remix of something that's timeless. Okay. Let's see here. Get ready for jams. I don't know how loud this is going to be, so I'm going to have to probably turn it down a little bit. Actually, I'm going to turn it down in advance so we don't blast everybody to death. Hi, Seagull. How's it going? We are currently listening to one of Boschfire's jams. Oh, I love this. Also, if you like this, you should go follow Boschfire. Oh, I hit the wrong button. I'm sorry. We're gonna cut this right from the beginning. Here, I'm gonna switch back over to our main scene here. For some context, a friend is doing a re-debut tomorrow, and they have a transformation sequence, and when they play the transformation music, they change the advertise. That's so cool. I love that. That's gonna be so awesome in action. I love that. It's so cool. Good job. Everybody give some claps for Bosch. So instead of saying Sailor Moon, use Vocaloid to say Smilky Moon. That's fun. Thanks for sharing. I really appreciate that. Streamer's name is Smilky Shake. I'm gonna have to check out their stuff. Give me like 2 seconds, friends. Just getting some work messages. Ooh, you're sending me a piece. Oh, Salty, I love this. Can I can I share this with the class? Sure, yay! Okay, we're bringing this over as soon as I can get this open. Please, computer. There we go. Look how cute this is. I like the personal computer gamer. This is a fun style too. Also, if everyone likes this, you should go follow Salty. There's so much little detail in this. The little squish bun. The mochi. What's going up in the little circle? I feel like there's like something going up in here. It's based on some old box art from a Rolo game. You can't find any reference. Looking real quick. Yeah, I can see how you were starting to do like a whole thing in the back here with like the lattice. That's really cool. A discount. I like that. That's fun. Thank you for sharing, friend. Friends, I might have to, I can go a little bit longer. I have to take care of the thing for work in a hot minute here, but I want to at least get this shadow stuff done, so. Why am I not using this with the symmetry? I'm making my life easier. Almost there. Old long lost Game 5, since she's an old game dev's OC that came to life as their last wish. The vague framework is like Miku X Spider-Verse vibes. Oh, cool, cool. You know, I didn't know that that part of your lore. You keep catching my my VODs. It's always good seeing you, Seagull. Sorry, sorry my streams have been very chaotic for when they're happening lately. I've been trying to slowly nail down an actual schedule, but it's been kind of difficult. struggle to condense it into a sentence. I totally understand. I wonder how many frames of this I should really do. Maybe like... we'll see how far we can get with this. Because I want to do this so it's like very expansive, but at the same time, like, it's kind of crazy to like have a billion frames of this. Because they likely won't all get used, so... But who knows? That's a framework for why there's so many alternate universe versions of her that have their own worlds and stories and stuff. It's fun to reinterpret her different contexts, like how people do with Miku. I like that. I like that. It kind of like, I don't know, it gives you that... I'm trying to think of the words for it. I'm lost for words. I'm sorry. I had good words and the words went away. They were just like, wee! My head is just too full of stuff right now. Time for work. I hope you can get some good work done today, my friend. Thank you for indulging the mild lore dump. I like the lore dump. Words be like, bye! Gosh, you really want to finish your OC gang too. Yeah, I wish I had more time to just like create random stuff. I just have, there's so much going on that I want to do in my head and whatnot, but there's just only so much I can do. Only so much time, only so much energy. I think I'm only gonna do like maybe 2 more of these. Does that seem silly? Like, I guess it probably doesn't matter that much. No, it probably doesn't matter that much. I could probably just do like a, oops, a full set here. See how many frames this comes out to, and then I'll pester James about how we want to make some of this happen. There we go. 31 frames? That's not too bad. Cool. Wish I could get it in 30 frames. Maybe I'll just like cut this down 1 frame and just say screw it. Because this last one doesn't necessarily need to be there. And then we just have like a cozier, nice even number. And we got the thick and we got the thin. Oops. Ah. Why did I call them both thin? Don't mind me. I'm just losing my mind. Okay, let's see if we can get this all deleted at once. Sweet. Shadows be done. Okay, so that's shadow stuff. Shadow stuff is good. And then maybe we can mess around with the boost for a few. You excited to see me playing Winamp? I've been altering an old Winamp modern skin this week. It's like the year 2000, so it's higher quality album cover art. You love the skin, but you get that 7171 default. It's way too tiny. Oh, I totally understand. Even the Winamp that I'm using, I had to like do it double size just because my like resolution is so much smaller. Like the regular Winamp size is just like micro on my screen, and I was like, ooh, my poor eyes can't handle that. At some point I want to do either like a skin for it or just do like a version, like a little piece for it on my stream, so like it could just be the Winamp, because that's funny to me. I think I should just be able to do like the straight up or down. It shouldn't be a big deal here, I don't think. Oops. You're on a 2K monitor when Winamp open look like a Lego brick size. Yes, exactly. That's exactly my resolution. And I was like, ooh, 150% is cozy here. There's something about that like classic Winamp look too that like, I don't know, just like scratches a little part of my brain. So I'm wondering if I should just keep the regular like boost animation regardless of direction you're facing like that, or if I should I wonder if I can make this like just slightly faster too. Let's make it like really snappy. Yeah, I think the regular boost should be fine. I don't necessarily need to have special versions for like the up and down, I don't think. Or like special like startups. I don't know, maybe I should? Should I do special startups for the up and down? It's not that much more work. Let's fix this a little bit, but... Cool. Do this for down. Either way, I'm gonna have to tweak both of these, so. No, maybe I should probably keep the fiery stuff in place and then modify that, I think. Yeah, a bunch. That way it doesn't like screw up with like placements or anything. Cool. I was hearing house stuff, but I think I'm just going crazy. Now this might end up being a lot of work to do the boost animation. I don't know. We'll get these done, and then I may have to hop off and take over for like some regular work stuff. First up, I need to edit this. You fell down an element rabbit hole after you got a SNES music folder that you've been adding box art to for Winamp. So I'm seeing the box art while the music's play. There's 1,500 games in that folder. In 3 weeks, you've just done the A and B games. Ooh. The rest of the alphabet should be done by 2026. You know, it's funny you talk about that. I actually just went through and made myself a big folder of Genesis music. Because I was getting kind of tired of YouTube being YouTube and just deleting things. So I don't know, I went on a rampage downloading stuff. Go. Yeah, it's nice starting up Winamp and not getting distracted by open tabs or YouTube suggestions. Exactly. Yeah, I think next I'll probably do maybe NES games. I don't know, we'll see what I'm feeling. Oh, that's what this is, okay. It's like, yeah, like that, cool. I was like missing a piece. There we go. Okay, friends, I think I need to call it there. I need to take care of some work stuff and some crazy life stuff. Sorry for a little bit of a shorter stream today, but I wanted to, make sure I got a little one in. I'm gonna try to, I don't know, either get one in later this weekend or next week sometime. But it's been fun. Thanks for coming and checking out what I'm up to. Hopefully everyone's been having a nice Friday evening. I'm gonna pop us over to camera for a moment. You can see him in the darkness. Oh, Seagull, you're the legend. I'm glad to see you. I'm always so happy to see you. Hopefully we can spend some time and catch up again soon. I think for tonight... Ooh, I went out of focus. Ooh, there we go. I think I'm gonna send you over to our friend Sam. They're having their 6-year streamathon. I figured some more folks over there would be nice to hang out. Sam's awesome and a purveyor of the spooky arts. But it's good seeing everyone. Thank you again for coming by. I really appreciate it so much all the time. Hopefully everyone had a good time, and I don't know, we'll catch y'all again soon. Switch over to ending here so we can all chill out and jam. I really appreciate y'all being here. Everyone have a great night. We'll see y'all again soon, friends. Big hugs, big hugs, big hugs for everyone. See if I can get my brain doing this little raid thing. There we go. Everyone stay wonderful. Have a great weekend. We'll see y'all soon. Have a good night.